我觉得这个 Penny 女士一定是对我们中国的这个政治非常的感兴趣，引用了咱们国家的2位领导人啊，上到这个毛主席啊，为人民服务这声叫的特别响，叫为人民服务。他觉得现在所有的政府机构都不是为人民服务，是为了这个东西。所以呢，他说的真的是不无道理。那么我觉得女性领导者有女性领导者的好处，他们会用他们的细思敏感，可能会给我们将来带来一个不太一样的奥克兰，咱们也拭目以待。Let's welcome the next David Hay. Welcome, Hey, David.
Ina mana, ina rio, ina iwi, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa, ni hao. Thank you very much for having me here tonight, for having us here tonight. Not all of the business associations in Auckland have invited all of the candidates. Sometimes they invite Phil and Victoria, sometimes Mark as well, but some of us don't get invited. So I'm very, very pleased that I've been invited here by the Chinese community. It's a great honour, and I'm very grateful for you and your commitment to democracy. And let me say this, if I'm elected Mayor of Auckland, the Chinese community can come to my door anytime you want, about anything you want. The door will be open and there will be a Chinese member of staff in my office ready to greet you. As for the rest of the business associations, yeah, sure, they can come and talk to me sometimes. But you've been very generous with your time. Tonight I'm going to make a bit of an announcement. I am standing for Mayor, but I'm also going to stand for Council in one of the council wards. There are 3 wards in Auckland City that last election were elected unopposed, and that's Oraki with Cameron Brewer and Howick with Sharon Stewart and Dick Quacks. And I think that's a terrible shame to live in a democracy where voters don't actually get a choice. Just by standing, they got elected. So this is also my plan B. Maybe I won't become mayor this time round, but I am prepared to become a councillor, to work on council for the next 3 years, to do the hard yards, to do the work, and then stand for mayor again in 3 years' time, and 3 years again after that if I need to. Democracy is the most important value that we hold dear. Auckland Council is an instrument of democracy. We need to hear people's voices, to bring people into the council from all the communities in Auckland, all the immigrants that come here, need to have a voice, need to be heard, need to be part of this city. We face some enormous challenges in Auckland. The unitary plan you all know about. I am 100% behind the unitary plan, behind the recommendations that the independent hearing panel put forward last week. I think we need to move this and move on, get past it. We've been doing this since 1999, that's nearly 20 years now, when the regional growth strategy for Auckland first said we are going to have a compact quality urban design. So nearly 20 years later, we've finally come up with a plan to do that. It's about time. I want the council to pass it and to move on to fixing the transport system and to put rapid rail everywhere in Auckland. Rapid rail, absolutely everywhere. We need trains everywhere. We need to get on with the next thing. So that's my commitment. Pass the unitary plan. If it doesn't pass as it is in its current form in the next few weeks, I'll come back and I'll make sure it passes after I'm elected. Thank you very much.
Time is out. Thank you. Thank you, David Hay. 可能大家刚刚听到了我们的这个David Hay 呢，他自己也说他自己在这个政府部门，尤其是 City Council 这个部门从事超过这个25年的这个工作经验。对于他自己的这个竞选的这个优势来讲，他知道这个政府机构是如何的运作。那可能跟刚才之前的这几位女性的候选人，或者是 Phil Goff 或者 John Polino， 他们的观点有一些相悖，就是说他们现在一直诟病的是什么？是我们的 City Council 的人员过于的臃肿，每年要造成几十万甚至上百万这个 New Zealand dollar 的这种浪费的这种情况。那既然他是出身于这个政府部门，他就说一定会有他的想法或者是办法去扭转现有的状况。那么具体是你更相信这些从来没有在 City Council 工作过的候选人，还是说出身于这个政府部门的候选人，对于你来说作为市长的候选人更有说服力呢？ So let's welcome the final one, Matt Thomas. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name's Mark Thomas. Can I start by acknowledging our hosts, TV33, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for your kind hosting, to the sponsors, to the other leaders of the Chinese community here. Can I also acknowledge my Auckland Council colleagues, Peter Chan from the Henderson-Massey Local Board, just there, Susan Zhou from FO, and Michael Woods from the Puketapapa Local Board. Good to see you here. I first visited China in 1988. It was a different time back then. I've been to Shanghai and Beijing more recently, and the changes you've seen in your country in that period of time is something for us to be thankful for and to acknowledge. But I started, before I went to China, on a small farm just outside Rotorua. Grew up in the country, came to Auckland when I was young, got into business, went overseas to China, and then started really a 25-year career in business. A wide range of businesses, running the branch network for ANZ Bank in Auckland. And that diverse business experience is one of the reasons why I'm standing to be your mayor, because Auckland Council needs more real-world experience. But I've always been involved in politics. I first got involved in the 90s, didn't get involved when I was in China. I don't think I would have been allowed. But I got involved in local government in 2010 when Auckland came together. And so I've served as an elected member of Auckland Council for 6 years, and I'm the only mayoral candidate you have who has that experience. And it was my council colleagues and business and community colleagues who encouraged me to stand, because they know, as I do, if we want an organisation to work better, we've got to understand it. You can't come from outside an organisation, particularly for this one that is so complex and has so many challenges, and fix it. And so I bring a roadmap to start the fixes that many of us know. I also know the local politicians, and the mayor leads a large team and has to know who they're working with. What do I want to do? Len Brown's promised us a most livable city for these last 6 years, but life's got less livable for many of us. What I want is an Auckland that works more for us, that's more affordable, that delivers better transport sooner, and it has our growth challenges sorted. That means making it easier for us to get into housing. So those three elements form the part of my plan for Auckland, based on my knowledge of the organisation, my ability to work with people from all sides of the political spectrum, because that's what you end up having to do at council, but to bring that diverse experience in so we can reshape Auckland Council to make a stronger Auckland, but more importantly, to spend more of our funds on transport, to get the Amity busway from Pakuranga to Panmure happening, not in 2021 when Len Brown plans, but sooner than that. And we'll do that with my rewrite of the Auckland Plan. That's the 30-year document that spends money in the wrong places. Thank you.
Time's out. Thank you.
谢谢 Mark Thomas 的发言。其实，在他简短的发言当中，我们能够感觉到他是一个非常谦和的人。他一再给我们强调了他的经验，以及他和我们中国这个千丝万缕的一些关系哈。
哎，不知道 Jessie 你发现没有？我们读他这个背景资料的时候，他好像是在座所有候选的人里面当中，应该是最年轻的一位吧，男士里面。但是作为一位非常年轻的这个奥克兰市长，他可能会有很多的这个热情和干劲用于到未来的这个奥克兰的各方面的改善过程当中。但是呢，也有他本身的一些可能是不足的地方。但是不管怎么样，我们还是祝他好运。
是，那无论如何呢，刚刚我们已经听到了6位候选人的一些政治主张，其实我相信他们给大家已经留下了一些应该非常独特的一些印象。那么在接下来的这个环节呢，将进行现场的一个提问，那么是由我们现场的媒体和商家来进行提问。
Let's thank all the candidates for making these statements. You are now better informed about where the candidates stand on the issues and what kind of mayor they would be. Now, I'm going to the next journalist to ask candidates the hard question.
是的，那首先有请的是我们 TV33的记者 Iris 提问，有请。
The first journalist comes from TV33.
是，那在提问之前呢，我做一个简短的提示。那我们这个环节呢，需要在较短的时间提问和回答。
Short question, quick answer.
Okay, I get it. Hello, everyone. I'm the journalist from TV33 New Zealand Chinese television. My name is Iris Zhu, and I would like to ask a question to Mr. Filgoff. Thank you. There's no doubt that Chinese plays an important role in New Zealand society, especially in Auckland. As for the mainstream society, the voices from the Chinese community are more valuable than before. Delivering these voices can now be achieved without Chinese media, so the development of Chinese media is crucial. I wonder if you have ever thought about how to gain a deeper understanding of the Chinese community through Chinese media. If so, could you please introduce the specific actions have been taken or those will be taken in the future? Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. I have the privilege of working in my office, Tracy Wong, who keeps me up to date with what's happening in the vibrant Chinese media. And let me congratulate the Chinese media here. We have TV channels for mainstream New Zealand that are struggling to survive, and I see 2 TV channels competing within the Chinese community and both doing a great job. I also work very closely with my friend Raymond Hua. With the help from my friends, because unfortunately at school I learnt Latin and French. I should have been learning Mandarin. That was my big mistake. But we do manage to deal with WeChat. I do Chinese radio. I do frequent interviews using the Chinese media, and that is a critical medium for me to communicate to the Chinese community. The other thing is the direct communication. And I think there's probably not a person in this room that hasn't seen me at least a dozen Chinese functions for different parts of the Chinese community. Being aware of what's happening in all aspects of the community is really important, and I've made a huge effort over the last couple of decades to keep in touch with what's happening within the wider Chinese community to understand your concerns. Xie xie.
Oh, thank you.